Hello there. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Greg, and if you're enjoying the content we're producing, please consider assembling with us on our Patreon, and the link is available in the description below. So, we're removed from D23. We've got some distance, so we can finally talk about a lot of the bullshit that came up. A lot of the bullshit clickbait, right? That's interesting, and it's worth talking about because, again, we need to be aware of it. Now, I will preface this and say, if there is a major actor in Hollywood, odds are Kevin Feige's either planning to meet with them or has already met with them. It's Disney and it's Marvel Studios. It is the biggest company in the world producing the biggest blockbusters in the world right now. Most actors are going to end up there, one way or the other, until such a time that Marvel collapses, which is always a possibility, and some will say inevitable because it's Hollywood, and Hollywood kills things. I mean, it did kill Star Wars pretty quickly. But again, I'm not doing that as a doomsayer. You know, any one of you cunts who's going on about, whether you're making videos about the MCU unironically, or you're making videos about Marvel being woke and all this stupid bullshit, listen, you're an idiot. You are an idiot. You're a fucking idiot. But that's not gonna be what kills Marvel. I mean, no one cares what you think or what your little videos on YouTube. Nobody gives a fuck. But we discuss leaks on this channel. This channel and our Discord has a track record of we're pretty much batting 100. We're pretty much batting 100. If it doesn't make it into the final cut of our theatrical release, it ends up being an art of book, or an actor ends up talking about after the fact saying, yeah, I did this, but, it didn't end up being in it. So, again, we're batting 100. Apologize. I had some ego in my throat. Excuse me. Anyway, so we've had this list going around of, like, all these actors are going to get announced as they've been cast as members of the Fantastic Four and this and that and all this bullshit. Literally, and this is important, none of it turned out to be true. Not Jodie Comer, not Jason Segel, which was a fan casting. I don't know who took that and ran with it and said that they were leaking it. I don't know what the fuck that was. Jason Segel, Jodie Comer. Yeah, I lost track. It was a big list of stupid names. I know Henry Cavill was on it, but we leaked that Henry Cavill met with Marvel. That's old news. That's an old leak. Is it possible he signed up for something? Well, yeah, technically, it's possible that any actor could. But none of this ends up being true, and none of them, literally most of that list had not signed on to anything. It was all bullshit. Nobody came out on stage for the Fantastic Four. Nobody came out on stage for Ghost Rider. Nobody came out on stage for any of this bullshit. Nobody came out on stage for Wonder Man. It was all bullshit. There is no, they pulled it back. That doesn't happen. Okay, I want to be very, very clear. That's not how the business works. If Disney has the cast and they could walk them out on stage at one of their major conventions, they would have. Okay, Fantastic Four is too far away. The idea, unless the Fantastic Four is planned to appear in something beforehand, or that crew is going to appear beforehand, then we'll get casting like we did with T'Challa for Civil War or Spider-Man for Civil War, where they made their first appearance. But whatever's going on with the Fantastic Four, it's too early. That film doesn't come out till, and this is if everything stays on schedule, that doesn't come out till November 2024. We're not hearing about that movie. There's not even a fucking script. There is a pitch, and there is a Kevin Feige approved pitch. That's it. There's no fucking script. And I'm telling you, a lot can change from pitch to script to film to theatrical release. Again, all you got to do is look at the coverage of this channel to see how much changes in terms of production. We chart it pretty fucking thoroughly, if I do say so myself. But it was all bullshit. Now, is it possible that any one of these actors could end up in a role? Yes, because it was literally a list of popular actors right now, and Marvel either has already met with them or will meet with them, and it's people trying to put a pin in, well, this is who they're playing, and it's all guesswork. It's all fucking guesswork. It doesn't account for anything. It doesn't amount to anything. It's bullshit. It's bullshit to ride clickbait to get those clicks because of D23 coming around and because of this stuff just continuously being in the news. Marvel makes money. As long as Marvel makes money, there will be content and clickbait for it of people wanting to write it out and saying bullshit and hoping something sticks, and that's it. It doesn't make it true. It doesn't make it anything. If Jodie Comer ends up being in a Marvel film, that doesn't make this true because it's not true. It is a guess. It is a fake leak. It is clickbait. It is to get clicks, and it's coming to a logical conclusion. That's it. It's deduction. It's a reasonable assessment. That's it. There is no evidence. There is no production documents. There is no actual leak that puts Jodie Comer being cast as anything. That's it. The same is true for Henry Cavill. The only leak, the only real legitimate leak that we had is that Henry Cavill met with Marvel. We have speculated what that role could be on this channel, but it's only ever been speculation because, I mean, obviously, I like Henry Cavill. I think he's a great actor. I'd love to see him in more. I know, but, you know, if I'm going to speculate on casting, it's one of two characters. It's Richard Rider or it's Doctor Doom. I think Henry Cavill could do great as either of those. I think the whole Hyperion bullshit, because that was the leak, that Henry Cavill is going to come out and be announced as being Hyperion. If he ends up being Hyperion, so be it. You know, obviously it's a Marvel character, and eventually all these Marvel characters are going to be on film. But to me, that's just it's vapid, empty casting. I'd rather see Henry Cavill do something more interesting. It's like casting him as Captain Britain. Yeah, it'd be fun, and I'd be okay with it. But I'd rather see him do something different. Nova, the legacy Nova, however you want to refer to him, or Doctor Doom, because that is different. And I say that as someone, again, I also, Dan Stevens, we reported that Dan Stevens met with Marvel, and when we reported that, I speculated it's got to be Doctor Doom. Now, again, my speculation is the speculation, not the report. We had the report, and I said, well, Dan Stevens, I think, would be an amazing Doctor Doom. So Doctor Doom is between those two guys for me, Henry Cavill, Dan Stevens. One of those be a winner. But again, I'm interested to see who they cast no matter what. But it's only a couple of months, and we'll find out because Doctor Doom's going to make his debut in Wakanda Forever, which we leaked years ago exclusively, just like we did with Daredevil and Man-Thing and all this stuff. You're welcome. So, yeah. It's an interesting list. It's an interesting list of actors. Obviously, they're great actors. I've been asked about it a lot. I've been asked, why didn't they come out on stage and this and that? And I've tried to answer it to the best of my ability. But the honest truth is, it wasn't true to begin with. And I've also been asked why I didn't run a video reporting on these casting announcements. I pride myself on being on really running legitimate reports. And by that I mean I do my best to make sure that the information that I receive is as accurate as possible, is translated as accurately as possible, and is authentic. You're not going to see reports that aren't true here. You're just not. You're not going to. You'll hear everything that I hear, but you'll either hear it on Discord, or you'll hear it on the Patreon, or you'll hear it on this channel. But when I get behind the camera, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna make sure that I can verify it as much as possible. And that list was bullshit, so it wasn't gonna get ran. I wasn't gonna run anything. That's all there is to it. It's just that simple. It is really, really just that simple. So thank you so much for watching and sticking with us. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, share our stuff with your friends. It helps immensely with YouTube's analytics and algorithms. Please consider joining our Patreon. We have 2 tiers available, a $3 tier and a $5 tier. That is available in the description below. You can follow that link. Also in the description below is a link to our debut novel, 89 Instrument of Destruction. You can order that from Amazon. And finally, you can join our Discord community by following the invitation link in the description below. Above all else and most importantly, stay safe, take care of others, and have a legendary day. Bye, everyone.